Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, I'm Nikki and I'm just keeping it real. Um, I'm going to just put on Crescent, a little lip gloss, candy coated 5326. If you guys are interested, I just like my lips popping. Yes. If you're interested, y'all know I have my books on Amazon, Love, Money, Sex, and Healing, as well as In the Right Hands and In the Wrong Hands. They all on Amazon. You can get them from Amazon. I'm on Facebook as well as Instagram and Twitter as well. Um, I just want to talk about something that is very touchy to me. Um, a lot of time, people trying to be nice when they know somebody lost a loved one. And from when someone lose a loved one, it's all nice just to reach out, just to say, hey, praying for you, whatever. But what a lot of times, like what I'm seeing on Facebook, they posted on a person page about a loved one, especially when it's a crime. Uh, they heard in the street somebody got murdered or whatever. What people need to realize, that is a very sensitive, emotional thing to deal with, because a lot of time when you lose a loved one, you don't want to let go. Some people have to have a process of letting go before they could actually accept the fact that their loved one is gone. So, all out of respect, when you see them accepting it and posting on their page, that's when you should start saying something, because they came to term to accept it. A lot of time people still be in denial, don't want to let go, praying and hoping something will change. So that's why I made that post on Facebook, because that is a very, very touchy situation when you're dealing with that. You don't know what type of bond that person had with that loved one. You don't know, what was what. So at the end of the day, when you dealing with somebody that lost a loved one, let them accept it first before you start posting on the timeline, because they haven't accepted yet. That's why they haven't post anything on their Facebook. And I know a lot of people just being nice and just reaching out and letting them know, hey, I know what happened and I am here for you. But a lot of time that person is still in denial. Let them learn, let them be able to accept it. And instead of you pushing it on them, let them accept it. Let them come to terms that my loved one no longer here. But when you just posting and they haven't accepted, they still in denial. I mean, it's a step process that you go through, and it's hard. It's extremely hard just dealing with it, let alone accepting the fact that when I see this person in the casket, this is going to be my last time. They are deprived from they loved one flesh, and it's very hard just to deal with it and accept the fact that their loved one is gone. So the only thing that I'm saying, in each his own, The only thing that I'm saying, especially like on Facebook, any type of social media, let them accept it first. Then you acknowledge the fact, okay, they accept it. Now I'm going to reach out. I'm gonna post my post. I mean, I just feel like in a sense it's kind of disrespectful in a sense because they haven't accepted yet. This is something hard to deal with, especially when it's a child. It's their child because that was a part of them. It's like a part of their heart is gone. It's voided. I mean, it's a hole in their heart. It's hard just to know that my baby not here anymore. I gotta bury my child. So it's just hard. I mean, it's hard, and you know, it's so many of people in my generation have buried their child. Do you not know how hard that is as being a mother, a parent? Just the fact of my child in their 20s and my child is gone. My child is no longer there. I don't have no grandkids of my child. My child never been married. I never got to see how my child life would have been. It's hard. So I'm just saying, and even a spouse, when somebody, husband or wife pass, I mean, it's hard. They have to learn how to accept it. And especially what you guys don't realize, that was the inner circle. And from that's being the inner circle, that's one hard thing to accept. It's the inner circle. Inner circle. These are people that they were living with on a daily basis. So basically, it's hard to accept that that person is no longer going to be here with me on earth. Now he's with his heavenly Father. So we here are the earthly parents, but it's hard just to let go, especially when a mother have carried that child for 9 months. So I'm just saying, and I'm just reaching out, and this is with my experience. This is with my experience. It's hard. And I just pray that all the violence could actually stop. This is just wicked, evil. It just needs to stop. I mean, back then it was like when we fight, it was with fists. But nowadays it's not like that no more. I mean, I'm not going to no fight with no fists and they got a gun. I mean, y'all have to realize, as us being older than the younger generation, we have to help them. Because it's look like they not valuing their life the way how we value our life. And it's hard, just the fact of coping with it, dealing with it, accepting it. It's hard. It's hard. So the only thing that I'm saying is basically, if we know people having problems with somebody and we know, let's be the bigger person, the adult, and let them see things a different way. Because it's not only affecting the family that lost their child, it's gonna affect the ones that actually killed that child as well, because they're gonna go to jail. From going to jail, it's more problems because they're gonna have to deal with that family. And from dealing with that family, it could go a good way and it could go a bad way. And then they loved one is in jail, or might get life in prison. I mean, so it's affecting both families, So we have to be, as adults, we have to try to guide them the right way. And I think a lot of times it's because we haven't been raising our children in church like we used to be in church on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. And I'm not saying church got a lot to do with it, but in a sense it really does, So we just need to do better as parents, and we need to do better. I mean, they say it take a village to raise a kid. So us as parents, even if it's not your child and you see a child going the wrong way or whatever, let's try to reach out and help save that child. Because at the end of the day, that child only looking at something like what's happening right now. They mad at the moment. And from being mad at the moment, they're going to regret something they did long term. So us as being parents, adults, we need to try to do right by these kids, even if it's not our kid. We need to try to guide them. Just tell them, hey, just think about it, because you might mess up your life for the rest of your life, And it's just so sad that you see so many people burying their children. I mean, over foolishness. And we just got to keep praying, and we just got to reach out. People, if you guys know that it's bad and they having a problem with somebody, try to minimize that. We need these kids to put down the guns. We need them to stop fighting, stop being so aggressive and fighting and shooting and killing other people's kids and stuff. Just like I say, tell your king to keep his hands to himself, because I'm gonna tell my king to stop killing other people. We need to stop that. We need to have our kings and queens to stop that. We need to stop killing each other kids, and other kids need to stop killing other people's kids. We need to stop that, and we need to value who we are. And this is just something that's on me, because it's just too many deaths, too many killings going on around here, and it's just a continuation. And it's just been so many deaths, and we just need to pray and just reach out. And if we see a kid going the wrong way, we need to, think about what you're doing. They don't want to hear. That's all you could do, is just say, hey, I apologize, but God love you, and so do I. I don't want to see you make the wrong mistakes for the rest of your life and you end up in prison or dead somewhere. So we just got to reach out and just do better. That's all I have to say. It's just kind of disgusting, because when you friends with somebody and you see them losing their children and stuff like that, I have lost one myself, and it's hard. It's just hard just dealing with it. It's hard just seeing it. We just got to pray and just got to ask God to help us and help other people as well. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Thank you for coming back. But this was on my heart, and I just had to share this because it's very hurtful just to see another parent burying their children. It's hard. Y'all know my book's on Amazon, In the Wrong Hands, A Mother's Story. This was about my baby boy. And, I'm the bride from his flesh, but I got to accept it. I accept it. I'm not in denial. And grieving is a process. So, In the Right Hands, a journal. And I got Love, Money, Sex, and Healing from Losing My Husband. So I just want you guys just to be mindful of other people. And even though you haven't lost a child or a spouse, be mindful that that person is going through a lot, because they carried that child for 9 months. And it's hard. It's hard because they have to accept that their child will no longer be here. They deprived from their child flesh. So my thing to you guys, let's try to do good. Let's just try to help one another and, pray for one another. And we see these kids doing wrong. We need to try to, give them a positive role, just speak some positive to them. So this is all I have to say. You guys have a blessed day. Bye.